Are you eager to discover the ultimate path to generating passive income using AI-driven greeting cards? In this groundbreaking video, we're unveiling the step-by-step guide to creating lucrative passive income streams by leveraging the power of ChatGPT and Midjourney alternative. Whether you're a creative entrepreneur or simply seeking a profitable venture, this tutorial is your gateway to earning $357,000 plus through ad-powered greeting cards. Get ready to transform your creativity into an automated income-generating machine. It would be easy to imagine that physical greeting cards are a thing of the past, given the increasing number of people who opt to replace them with a speedy electronic card or a brief message posted on a social media platform instead of sending a physical card. It is a fact that people now offer cards in different ways, and we as artists need to adapt to these changes so that we may participate in the greeting card industry. Physical cards are still acceptable for many different occasions and milestones, and receivers value them more when they actually receive them. The three events, birthdays, weddings, and thank you notes, that still drive the majority of sales of greeting cards are the most common ones. A few things have not altered much at all. When individuals go shopping for greeting cards, they tend to fall into one of two categories: those who actually read the cards before buying them, and those who merely peek at the front cover before bringing the card to the pay register. I consider myself one of the first group. Prior to selecting a card, I devote a significant amount of time to scanning, reading, picking up, and replacing each one in its proper place. People want the greeting cards they send to have some sort of meaning for the recipient, and they hope that the recipient will either break out laughing or cry and want to hug them, particularly on significant holidays like Mother's Day, which is coming up soon. In this section, we will discuss a few of the many different strategies that can be utilized while selling greeting cards online. Why start a greeting card business? One of the opportunities that comes with making and selling handmade greeting cards is the possibility of either starting a successful business or supplementing your income with a few more money. In the middle of these two extremes is where the majority of tiny card shops can be found situated. There are still a lot of individuals who consider it more appropriate to send greeting cards to honor birthdays and other special events, and they continue to be highly popular. The annual income generated by the market for greeting cards is currently estimated to be $7.5 billion. In the year 2022, it is anticipated that the global market for greeting cards will be worth a total of $78,088 million. Every year, people in the United States purchase over 6.5 billion greeting cards. By the year 2028, it is anticipated that it will have reached a value of $6,530.4 million. Low startup costs. Making cards to sell does not require a significant amount of money to get started. In point of fact, if you make use of graphic design software programs like Canva, you might be able to begin selling digital cards on Etsy without spending any money. Even if you decide to sell handmade paper cards of a high quality, your initial investment will still be substantially smaller than it would be for other kinds of small enterprises. It is possible to sell your work at a modest price either online or at craft fairs, and it does not require a lot of space in your home. It's a feel-good business. It cannot be denied that the majority of the time, when people are looking for the perfect card, they are doing so in order to demonstrate their appreciation for someone or to remember a special occasion. It doesn't matter if you want to wish someone a happy birthday or a happy Mother's Day. Coming up with your own card lines is a method to translate your innovative design into something that gives enjoyment into the lives of other people. Let's plan before you start selling greeting cards online. Due to the fact that the market for greeting cards is already quite competitive, you should find a specific niche or a unique technique to differentiate yourself from the competition. Despite the fact that it will need time, effort, and study on your part, you can make money off of this. Prior to beginning the process of selling your greeting cards, you should spend some time planning. It is essential to have a business plan. Keeping yourself on track, accomplishing your goals, and avoiding any unfavorable pitfalls may all be accomplished with the assistance of careful planning. During the process of planning, there are a number of considerations that you need to take into account. What are your plans for making sales? To whom are you attempting to communicate? What sets you apart from others? Just a handful of the questions that need to be answered when you are developing a roadmap for your company are included here. 1. Determine where you are going to sell greeting cards. One of the first things you should do is go ahead and make a decision regarding the physical location of where you will sell your cards. Are you planning to sell your wares through your own personal internet store, a regulated marketplace such as Etsy, or through local shops and craft festivals in your community? When it comes to selling cards, word of mouth and selling to family and friends can only get you so far. Word of mouth cards are quite effective. Comprehensive research will make it simpler to locate the opportunities that are available. The number of specialized websites that offer online craft marketplaces, such as Etsy, Amazon's Handmade, Artfire, and a great number of other websites is growing. The ability to sell things online is available to anyone who has access to the internet. Creating an online storefront within these online marketplaces for handcrafted items does not require any prior knowledge or experience in the field of technology. Establishing a store on Etsy is a straightforward and speedy procedure. However, in order to successfully establish your online business, you will need to devote a significant amount of time and energy to the creation of phenomenal product descriptions, the taking of outstanding photographs of your cards, and the acquisition of knowledge regarding search engine optimization and keywords. In the event that this appears to be challenging, you should not be concerned. The Etsy Seller's Handbook is a wonderful source of information that will assist you in getting started right away. When it comes to spreading the word about your handmade cards, social media is an excellent platform to use. You have a fantastic opportunity to communicate with a large number of people all over the world, and you may do it using a variety of platforms, including Pinterest, Facebook, Instagram, and others. 2. Research the market. There is more to running a successful business than just putting in a little bit of effort and being creative. It is necessary for you to come up with concepts for greeting cards that might genuinely be purchased by individuals. According to market research, this can be helpful. The most important thing is to identify your target market. Your target market is comprised of the many demographics of individuals who will purchase your cards. The promotion of your product is the marketing technique that you employ. By identifying your target market, you will be able to determine your rates and select the locations where you will market your cards. If you offer greeting cards that are aimed at hipsters as opposed to greeting cards for a child's birthday, for example, your target demographic will be significantly different. 3. Find your niche. How can you differentiate yourself from the other businesses that are in the business of creating cards? What will set you apart from others? When you take a look at the successful sellers of handmade cards on marketplaces such as Etsy, you will realize that they typically sell into a specific niche that is somewhat strictly defined. This is useful in a market that is already quite congested. If you are concerned about competing in a market that is fairly generic, you might want to think about creating a niche that you can penetrate. It's possible that this is what sets you apart from other businesses and positions you as one of the few organizations that cater to that particular industry. Keep in mind that there are currently a great deal of greeting cards that are made by hand available on the market. If your goal is to achieve genuine success, you will need to provide something that is a little bit different. In many locations, the market is flooded with cards that have been handcrafted. A company that makes handcrafted cards that are green in the sense that all of their materials are recycled or sourced in a sustainable manner, or that donates a portion of their profits to environmental programs all over the world, is an example of a niche. When you are thinking about a niche, it is a good idea to begin by thinking about the things that inspire you or make you happy. Even though you could believe that it makes sense to offer the greatest number of greeting cards, there are instances in which concentrating on a certain market segment is the most effective strategy to generate revenue. If you want your greeting cards to be one of a kind and remarkable, you should look for a specialty that allows you to use your unique skills. You may also consider starting a greeting card business in conjunction with a specific festival or event. This is something you might want to consider. One example of something you might want to focus on is sending out Christmas cards or organizing baby showers. On the other hand, you might want to consider designing a collection of greeting cards that are humorous or poignant both.